Hello again. We have another story to read. Now, this one is not by the author Jeanette Winter. Okay, so it's not exactly comparing books by the same author, but we are comparing them because I told you that they have some cultural um, differences of how students learn and what happens with schooling in different countries. Okay, so this book is called Rain School. Okay, and it's written and illustrated by James Rumford. Okay, and this book takes place in Africa. Okay, so James and his wife had visited Africa at one point on a vacation, and they realized that the rainy season in Africa has an effect on their schools. Okay, and so they wrote this. He wrote this story based on his experience of visiting Africa and seeing what happens to the schools. Okay, so we're going to read Rain School and see what happens with the students in this story. In the country of Chad, it is the first day of school. The dry dirt road is filling up with children. Big brothers and big sisters are leading the way. So, what do you notice about the children who are on their way to school? And it says big brothers and big sisters are leading the way. Will they give us a notebook? Thomas asks. Will they give us a pencil? Will I learn to read like you? Stop asking so many questions and keep up, say the big brothers and big sisters. So what do you think Thomas is feeling right now? He's asking all these questions. How's he feeling about his first day of school? Thomas arrives at the schoolyard, but there are no classrooms and there are no desks. It doesn't matter. There is a teacher. We build our school, she says. This is the first lesson. So they get there. There's no school. There's no desks, no classrooms. And the teacher tells them they have to build their school. What do you think the kids are thinking right now? Thomas learns to make mud bricks and dry them in the sun. So the teacher was serious, huh? These kids have to build their own school. He learns to build mud walls and mud desks. What do you think it would be like if you walked back into school and had to build mud desks? He gathers grass and saplings with other children, and they make a roof. What's a sapling? They gather grass and saplings to make a roof. What's a sapling? Inside it is cool. It smells of the earth. It smells of the fields ready for planting. Why is that? Why does the whole school smell of earth and of the fields for planting? Thomas helps bring in little wooden stools. Everyone sits down. This is the moment they have been waiting for. So what's going to happen? What have they been waiting for? The teacher brings in a blackboard. On it, she writes a letter. A, says the teacher. A, says Thomas with the other children. The teacher writes the letter with big strokes in the air. The students do the same over and over. Wonderful, says the teacher. She hands out notebooks and pencils. Page 1, says the teacher. Thomas opens his notebook to the first page and holds his pencil ready and waiting. Now write the letter A. Beautiful, says the teacher, as she looks at the students' work. Every day, Thomas learns something new. Every day, the teacher cheers him and the other children on. Excellent job, she says. Perfect, my learning friends. What are they learning about in this picture here? The 9 months of the school year fly by. The last day has come. The students' minds are fat with knowledge. Their notebooks are rumpled from learning. Does that mean their minds are fat with knowledge? Can your mind get fat? Thomas and the other children call out, "Thank you, teacher." She smiles and says, "Well done, my hardworking friends. See you next year." Thomas and the other children race home. The school is empty and just in time. The big rains have started. The drops come down hard and fast. Strong winds tear at the grass roof. The rain finds its way inside. The school's mud walls are soaked and start to slump. The mud desks, too. So what's happening to their school? Slowly, the school disappears until there is almost nothing left. It doesn't matter. The letters have been learned and the knowledge taken away by the children. Come September, school will start over. Thomas will be a big brother then, leading the children on their first day of school. They will all stand in front of their smiling teachers, ready to build their school again. So, how do you think the kids feel about doing this? Do you think they mind? They go back to school every September and they have to rebuild their school before they can actually start to learn. Okay? And that's because not everywhere in the world has buildings set up like we do. Okay? Sometimes they have to build different places so that they can use them. So, does it seem like the kids mind, or is it just something that they know has to happen? So that's what they do and that's what they know how to do. Okay, so I still want you to chart down the characters, the setting, the plot, and the theme. Okay, and even though we're not comparing necessarily authors at this point, we are going to compare books to see how they are all similar. Bye.